continue. Right. Section B, the manner of sharing. So manner of doing things, as we said with all of the milachas, divided in two. One is as it was performed in the Beis Hamikdash, and another is like a not straightforward way, right? Like with a backhand or something. We're going to see. Under the biblical law, it is forbidden only to share in a usual manner, with the implement commonly used for removing items from the body, including, for example, cutting hair with scissor, cutting nails with scissor or a nail clipper, and plucking eyebrow with a tweezer. And also includes using the deprecatory cream or powder to remove hair. The sages extended. So let's finish and then we come back. The prohibition and forbade even sharing in an unusual fashion, such as biting and tearing of the nails. Okay, so let's split it in two. So from the beginning, and we're going to explain. So now the manner of sharing. So as we said, usually like on a biblical level, only the way that it was performed in the Beis Hamikdash, right? Forbidden. So meaning it was with implements, meaning with some tools that is being used for that specific purpose, right? So meaning nobody shares with a knife. I mean, is it possible to cut hair with a knife? Yeah, it's possible, of course. With a sharp knife, absolutely, no problem, right? But usually people use some kind of scissors from the body, right? With implements commonly used to remove the item from the body. This includes, for example, cutting hair with scissors. For sure, that's an implement for cutting hair. We can use this. So scissors is not a muktzah. We can use, for example, in our Shabbos kitchen to cut off to cut through some wrappings or something, right? So when there's no writing, no picture, there is no problem. We can use that. Right, scissors, cutting nails with the scissors or nail clipper. So nail clipper, for sure, it's a specific like specified tool to cut nails, right? And nails is something that is growing from the body. So that's how they compare to hair. Okay. Or eyebrows. So eyebrows are also plucking eyebrows with the tweezers. So tweezer is a specific instrument for the plucking. So okay, and also included using deprecatory cream. So meaning even the cream, maybe the way I understand this cream is very thick. So a person would be forbidden to use it for different reasons. Right, but straightforward, like connected to our halacha, that it's going to remove hairs. That's the thing. So like whether person uses scissors or this cream, but the bottom line is going to remove hairs, right? Or powder to remove hairs. I'm not sure what powder is it, but there is such a powder for sure. Okay. About the creams, I mean. The creams people use, even Jewish men used. My Chavrusa told me when he's somebody in his yeshiva, he used it. He was in 70s, like a long time ago, 50 years ago, right? They were using cream. He said it was smelling very bad. I mean, today probably they might like they improve it, but he said that for sure it worked. Even like a primitive 50 years ago. Right. Continue. The sages extended the prohibition and forbade even to sharing in an unusual fashion, such as biting and tearing of the nails. So in like with a tool, with an implement, it's always forbidden on the higher on the biblical level, but not without tool or an unusual fashion, it's on a rabbinical level, but it is still forbidden. But since it is forbidden what is it on a rabbinical level, our rabbis, our great rabbis, can give some dispensation in case of great need, and I think we're going to cover them today, maybe. So continue. Although plucking is not usually a manner of removing hair from the head, there are instances in which plucking forbidden biblically. For example, it is forbidden under biblical law for a woman to pluck out the facial hair, since this is usual way of removing such a hair. Right? It is also forbidden biblically to pluck a white hair from among the black hair. Right. In other instances where the plucking is not usual manner of removing the hair, it is prohibited rabbinically. Okay, so it's a lot of material. So let's do it from the beginning. We're going to explain. Although plucking is not usual manner removing the hair, so I mean, if somebody wants to remove the hair, they just use scissors. But in some instances, the plucking is forbidden biblically. So meaning even for person, right? How? Right? A woman sees the gray hair and she's going to pluck it out, right? So that's meaning it like it's known thing, and it is not allowed, and that's why it is not allowed for men to do that, right? Because it's a waste of the woman. Right, I mean it's different halacha, but that's forbidden for men, right? Right, so a woman would do the gray hair, or she would pluck out the hairs from her face for sure, right? Because again, it's a usual manner of doing. So women usually don't cut like a facial hair with the scissors usually. They may be shaving, but in most of the cases they just take tweezers and remove it. Okay. In other instances where the plucking is not usual manner of removing the hair, it is forbidden rabbinically. So I guess it would be for a man. Men usually don't pluck out the hair. Like if a man sees gray hair, they usually don't pluck out. Okay, so okay, yeah. I mean, a little discount for men. It would be it is still forbidden, but on a different level.